Welcome, folks, back to, well, not back to the demo for today, which is Splintered. There we go. A JRPG in the vein and style of the original Final Fantasies on the NES, as well as, I believe it was Dragon Warrior was what it was labeled before they went back to the Dragon Quest name. I think. Regardless, much like the rain that's in the rendered background here, there is rain happening outside. You will probably hear thunder. You will probably see it. If the stream goes offline, that means I've lost electricity. We've avoided losing electricity at this point, and it is constant lightning. It is beautiful. It's the second time I've had just constant lightning around me. Feels like a... Oh, I've never seen a thunderstorm with just constant thunder before. Well, I have. I saw it last year. But normally you don't see that. Normally they're not quite so constant with lightning and thunder. Now we have choices. We have emo and not emo. Not really. I think that's supposed to be like, yeah. And name. How many letters are going to be in the name? How many letters are you going to give me is the question. Standard 8. 3, 4, 6. Yep, standard 8. Standard 8. I do not have a standardized name, so for 8 characters. So let us go with Zolteg. Zolteg. That seems like an appropriate name for a JRPG character. And 2 proficiencies. Interesting. Let's get the mouse out of the way. Okay, and we can't double up on strength. Strength is normally a good one to have. We'll build the standard tank build. Zolteg, my child, I've failed our kingdom. Last night, the Dragon Mother Dreska assaulted the castle. Our kingdom's allies, your uncles, betrayed us, leaving me defenseless and aiding in the assault. The king is dead. Our kingdom's sacred artifact stolen. There's truly no time to waste. Your sister is marching north on Dreskofell Castle in search of the artifact. As for you, your days of idleness have passed. You must share your sister's burden and take my place as defender of the realm. Confront your uncles, retrieve my armaments, and avenge your king. Go now. Your quest begins by retrieving an item hidden in a cave to the south. Equip yourself at the nearest town and we'll be sure and pack a torch. We'll speak when you succeed in finding the item. Magic key, mend leaf. 110 G. Ooh, maps. There we go. Empty equipment slots. Spells, talents. Oh, from monsters. I wouldn't go so much as tangle with a dragon duck without equipping a weapon first. He's not wrong. Hell of a rock castle. Oh, of course they give you the key so you can immediately spend it. Oh, that may be talking about randomized battles, or that may be something special. Yes, that is true. And it has auto-saving for whenever you enter and exit. Good. Very good option. And I believe that says demo. So we couldn't even go further that way if we wanted to. There's an inn. What do we have? We're going to need at least one torch. Often referred to as the item lord. West of here sells claymores. Ah. Here we go. Magic wand. Okay. There's attunement. Unarmed combat is a thing. 10% evasion. Cost additional MP. Silenced enemies deal less attack damage. Excuse me, good sir. It's been lining its pockets with gold. Ward potion. Okay, that's a repel of sorts. Weird little island. Unusual little island. Well, I don't see it on the stream's end, but there's definitely some type of frame stutter. Said off to the west is a town that sells a claymore. Ow. Well, we see what death does. Oh, we lose gold. That's a problem. And there's no way to just load, so I just lost a bunch of money for no reason. I should have bought that dagger. Oh well, that was my own stupidity. Looks like the money might just get to stay there, though. We might get a chance to pick it back up. Well, we are gonna need... I don't have the money for a basic dagger. Reset the encounter rate. Well, we got just enough money to buy a basic dagger. Just enough. We'll also get the Brawler's Bracelet. If nothing else, it is equipment. Dragon Duckling. Oh. That's a pretty interesting UI. And we still have the torch. I'm wondering if that's the town they were talking about. He did say to the west. Ooh. Well, the enemies do seem to die pretty quickly, so... Ah, this might be the town with the claymore. Gem-capped thief. Ouch. Well, this was dumb. Well, we dropped all our money. Looks like XP carries over, so there's no real point in doing too much terrible. Oh, good God. Yes, this is Dragon Warrior, the Dragon Quest 1 all over again. Six damage! Are you kidding me? I get it. This is a JRPG, but not even Dragon Quest 1 was this brutal. That did give us basically 30%, not 30%, from 18 to 22. Ow. Are you serious? Oh, I am not entirely enthused about this level curve. Like, I'm not enthused about this enemy distribution. Like, at all. Those shimmers took no damage and dodged all of my attacks. Literally nothing I could do. Literally nothing I could do there. 'Cause now I gotta buy another torch. I really should save up for the better torch. First that gem thief, and now those. Now the rock roots are here. Yeah, the music seems to be pretty good. The weather here is rainy with thunderstorms. Could be bad. We could lose electricity at any moment. There are no guarantees that this stream is going to end on time. It might end abruptly. No one knows. What does the inn cost? 6 pieces of gold. That's a lot at this level. And I can say these things because I good. I can make these comparisons to the original Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. I've played both of those. Oh, now we've learned a heal spell. That's good. All of a sudden we have a lot of MP. And I can tell you that neither one of those games were nearly this brutal right off the bat. While always was and is a good recommendation in those games to get some levels off the first area, you generally can, like, survive. Like, the first dungeon or so without doing, you know, dying. Meanwhile, these enemies are just completely massacring me. Like those rock roots? Yeah, they take 1 damage. And these shimmers, high evasion. Like, can't fight them. Like, there's 2 enemies in this first area's enemy pools that you just cannot fight. Just cannot. And you don't get enough gold to actually buy armor. Of course, doesn't help that I lost, you know, half that money. But still, I couldn't even afford armor then. And with enemies dropping less than 6 gold, but no telling what's going to show up in combat, could be something I can't kill. I think there's definitely some pacing issues already, and that's a minor problem for the first area of your RPG. It's got some interesting ideas. Equipment that has its own separate levels and skills. That's a pretty interesting system, to be honest. And does have some quality of life things, what with the whole experience to level up being displayed on the basic there, on the HUD there. Not a bad idea. $50. I think it might be $55 for the armor. Because at the very least, we're going to need armor. It is $50. That will have given us more stats. Yes, that will have basically doubled our defense. Now I just need to be able to afford torches, because they took a terrible mechanic from Dragon Warrior 1. You need torches in order to go into caves. that was and is a terrible mechanic that should never be in a JRPG in my opinion. Just never. It was a terrible mechanic in that game. It should never be in a modern game. Even if you are making an homage, which this is definitely an homage to that. It still should never happen. Though I will admit the stats are scaling very, very quickly. And, alright, the basic torches are 8 gold. I was going to stay at the inn, which we really should do. We might be able to kill it. Not if we keep dealing, like, single points of damage. That was not worth it for that 5 gold. Not worth it in the slightest. Not worth it in the slightest. Well, we have several heals on us, so we should be able to take on the dungeon to the south. Although I do not know how long these torches last. I hate this part of... I always hated this part of Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 1. I'm so glad they did away with it in number 2. Because even they realized it was a dumb mechanic. Especially if you don't have a quick way out of a dungeon. Which I'm not sure if we do or not. Or if these things last very long. Was that all we needed to come here to do? That may have been all we came here to do, which means it might have been an extremely short dungeon, in which case I was literally like 2 steps away when I first died from getting where we needed to go. There might be more here. This also lets us get a bit more gold, and that's the important thing. Because we are just dealing, like, no damage to most of these enemies. Yep. Because if they took any inspiration from Dragon Quest 1, then I think it's that torches last 110 steps? Or is it 80 steps? It's nowhere near enough. It's nowhere near enough steps, I should say. That'll make money grinding a little bit easier. Because if we can kill things in 1 turn, then that means we get a little bit more gold. And uncles are en route to Haildrit, the town to the desert to the southwest. quite literally, you're now on your own. I wonder if those things can be hurt by magic. Probably. And we have magic now. Is this the place that sells claymores, which are better strength-based weapons? Yes. God, they're expensive, though. Good God. Okay. Blessed Hallberg. Increased healing from spells. Okay, that's actually pretty useful. Oh, that seems like that might be broken. Okay, retribution. And of course, for some reason my controller has been disconnecting a lot more lately at random times. It's really weird. Because we can play for hours on Final Fantasy XI and not have it do it, period. Okay, physical damage by 2. Dexterity and evasion. Is that just 10%? 10% evasion. That might actually be very useful to have. Ooh. Both of those could be really good. And because we're playing a strength-based build, we really could use that claymore. Yeah, because your torches are absolute garbage. A Golemmancer? North and cast the stone into the water. That was an easy one to figure out. And not even an item description. Not even an item description. Well, I guess it's time to grind out some... Well. Ouch. Would you stop that? Would you die? Are you kidding me? Good God, this thing has like tons of health. Granted, that was a lot of gold and experience. God, I would have to kill these things. Of course I would. That, like, used up all my good things. That used up all my health. And 18, why did I agree to that? I could have just walked to the other town where it was 6. Ugh! Makes that first fight worthless. 6 and 6. I'm hoping to stumble across a gem thief. There it is. Gem-capped thief. $10 and $16. They're actually not bad. Okay, the carapace needs 110 to unlock perception. Oh, okay, 4-step strike. That's actually rather good. You. That's everything. An ambitious talent. Yes, we will unlock that. That's 10% more experience. That's a pretty interesting system. Encourages you to kill as many of the types of monsters as you can for any of these talents. And there's various types, like if you kill all the recolors. That's pretty cool. Need to find the gray one. If I had to guess, he's gonna be in the next zone, because he's part of that group. Yeah, these gem-capped thieves are pretty worthy of fighting, I think. $134. $155. We might actually be able to buy some of this basic gear back here. I forget what was back here. There was the buckler, which I think had some pretty interesting moves on it to learn. Yeah, the buckler, 10% evasion. Again, this plus 10% evasion just sounds amazing. And dexterity scales, the chance to evade, so that just seems really good. Yeah, that's worth. Like, I thought the other shield might be good also, but honestly, in JRPGs, in almost every one of them, the best stat is plus evasion. It really doesn't even matter if it's plus chance to evade, because that's even worse if it's just plus chance to evade. Like, that's just stupid broken in a lot of JRPGs, just due to how they're set up. Best example is in Final Fantasy V. You have your shield being able to just block attacks. And then you have your Elven Mantles, which is an accessory. That accessory, well, any of those types of blocks or evasions or whatever they are, they're all rolled independently in succession to each other. Which means if you have, which you can, like the Aegis Shield, which blocks magic and normal attacks at like a 35% of the time. Yet Aegis is 35 because the best shield is 45. So it's slightly less, but it blocks magic, which makes it more useful. you've got that 35% chance of just blocking. If that fails, then you have the Elven Mantle, which is also another 35%, which means that rolls next. What is the Moonlight spell? I'm gonna assume that's lighting up. That's basically torch replacement. Of course, if they teach you torture replacement this early, that's normally not a good sign. That's normally not a good sign. Level and perception. I wanted actually useful enemies. You know, like those ducks. That magic duck that took forever. 140. Thieves' Cowl is 150. It's that chance to evade that's gonna be really good. So we need at least 150 for the actual weapon upgrade. Because honestly, plus 10% stats is actually not that useful. Almost enough. And Dagger is nearly... well, Dagger has forever to go. Legendary foes. I'm not sure what that means, but... equip. Yeah, it's that weapon mastery that's gonna be obscene. Magic duck. Really? That thing only had that little that little health, that little HP? Wow, that's a major difference in stats. 7. Lesser heal. Wow, we are doing so much damage. I will say this, in the game's defense, at this point. Stat gains have been obscene. I mean, so stat growth and overall leveling curve has been significantly faster than, like, the Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior 1. Despite all the other issues that we've had with the extremely early game leveling curve being ludicrous. Oh, we'll take both of those. I wonder if dexterity is tied to chance to hit, in which case decreasing our dexterity would be a problem? Because there's like not that many stats. Okay, power stance. +8 strength. And I kind of want that accessory, even though it's going to take forever to master it. I want to see what's to the north. Another cavern. Stairs down. Stairs down is weird. Yeah, there's the end of the demo down there. And because the game autosaves after every battle, you can tell when a battle is over. That's a pretty interesting way of doing things. Anyway, Thief's Cowl. Yes. Can't afford anything else. Would there be anything we'd want to buy anyway? We might want to consider the Blessed Hallmark. Maybe. Now that has increased our dexterity a little bit. Just run to the base, the first town, in order to heal, because it's a third the price. $72.40. Yeah, these types of stats would be ludicrous in like Dragon Warrior 1. Well, we have a cave and some stairs down. $33 and $31. So it's got a pretty straightforward leveling curve, to be honest. I'm not disappointed in it. It actually seems like it's pretty well balanced outside of that initial zone with the shimmers that dodge your attacks all the time. And it does have, as far as I can tell, multiple styles of attack. You've got your dexterities, you have a mage option right off the bat. You have to like, get over here for the strength class, but yeah, oh well. And there's even an unarmed one. So yeah. Yeah, this thing is now ludicrously strong. And we don't really care too much about the 30% increased strength. Because once this 10% evasion hits, why would we not? Oh, yeah, that is greater torches. 98 gold. Multiple stairs down. Aha! A torch. I wonder if there's an item limit. Oh good, items do stack. So there's some small quality of life that Dragon Quest never got until the... I'm not sure when stacking happened in there. Was that the third game? I think it might have been the third game where they finally started being able to stack your items. The only thing I'd say disappointed by is lack of... lack of backgrounds in dungeon. I have no clue where that came from. Oh. Forgive me on that one. That came out of nowhere. Lack of backgrounds. That's what I was trying to say. Lack of backgrounds in dungeons. Oh. And the help menu is actually extremely good with its ability to direct you. That's a complete magic level. And there's actually no indication that the moonlight spell wears off. Yet. We've accumulated actually a lot of gold. I think we are gonna want to grab the other armor. It doesn't take up inventory space. So we might just be able to buy all of it. And then as they need, swap them out. Honestly, that evasion is just... that plus 10 and 10% evasion. I don't know if that's going to be 20% evasion, or if that's going to be like 11% evasion. Or whatever, however evasion is done. Oh, Buckler has now hit level 2. After evading, your next attack deals more damage. That's actually really good. We've got... we just need to find Blue Hat Man, White Hat Man. God, those things look terrifying. A lot of these things look terrifying. I need to find Blue Plant Man. I think those might be the uncles. And red thing. Oh, multiple types of dragons. That was a wizard dragon because he had a wizard hat on. Gotta love the tropes where it's like you can tell what they're going for. just by things like the hat. The hardened talent. Reduced by 2, that's really inconsequential at this point. Ooh, Swift Knight. He has a lot of health. The first Swift Knight. Young Dragon. They do deal a decent chunk of damage to me. 14, yeah, 2 damage. 2 points of damage being reduced would not actually be that useful. We'd have had, what, 6 more health? That's not really that much. Ah, it's a good reason we picked up that Void Stone then. These things do in fact hit a bit like a truck. There's that evasion kicking in. But they give a lot of XP. I thought I already knew the silent spell. Oh, I knew sleep. That's a good thing we picked up that Void Stone. I think we could do with another level. At the very least, that lets us max out our items a bit better. As much as the Claymore really wants you to be wielding it without a shield, I refuse. $401 to unlock Overheal. We're almost unlocked with Thief's Cowl, though. And that'll give us another 10 evasion. Could just be the small tip of the peninsula that's got the stronger enemies on it. Like, this could be a Peninsula of Power situation. Of course, you really would have to try and create one of those on purpose. Yeah. We should head back and heal. There we go. The Prosperous talent. Prosperous. 10% gold. We don't really need that. We have tons of gold. I'm not gonna lie, we have more gold than we will ever know what to do with. At least in the demo. Like, I can't imagine needing more than that at the moment. Yeah, we've got so much gold, I don't even mind just spending 3 times the amount I need to for healing. Well, we should confront the first of the lords, the uncles, the item lord. He should be in this dungeon. Ah, sleeping problems in RPGs. Oh, is he just sitting in here? I see. Okay, he has been silenced. He is not resistant to sleep or silence. Ow! Ow. There we go. Sleep is a... And bosses not resisting sleep is a little bit strange. Or silence. Both of those are ludicrously strong. 358 experience. The level cap of the demo is level 10. The core feature is the randomizer. That's unusual. So, after the basic demo, we'll check out the randomizer shortly. The game is on sale for $4 US. It's early access, so it's not complete. Their last update, when was their last update? Was on the 24th. Looks like they talking about adding chapter 3A, so that's half of a chapter, or part of a chapter. But let's see what this randomizer thing's about. We'll choose the second randomized, and we'll go with... We'll go with Malves as the name. Strength... Again, the strength just seemed like a ludicrously good set. Randomized quest specifically generated for the demo. Taste of their randomizer. It's a fresh, challenging, fun experience. What's to come in the full game. Overworld's randomized. Chests and tiles are randomized. Equipment shops, enemy locations, enemy spells, abilities, and traits. Player spells, and stat progression are randomized. Blah, 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 blah. Well, they have to have the basic ones there, not randomized. Haverock Castle. This also wouldn't be randomized. Oh, yes, the overworld is in fact very random. And we start next to Ninevros? Well, that's unusual. Wait, that was a magic key, not a void stone. Okay, starts with a dagger. Oh, we need the dagger. So, interesting. This is truly a randomized world. Rock roots are still... Early game still is not great. Oh! Well, that's weird. Looks like XP on the weapon has still maintained an appropriate... the level we had it previously? But with a key... With this key, there's one place we could go. Here. Money. More money. Oh, there's the guidance. And there's the void stone. I didn't realize there was a second magic key in the base game. How unusual. With all that money, we can buy the Hallbrook, though. And get the plus 10 evasion. Unless that's randomized, too. Well, we have... a ton of things. By a blazing torch. But we still need to kill enough enemies to level up. Starting off with the sleep spell. Huh. Randomized indeed. And enemies that are surging with power appear to also be randomized. Interesting. Like these ducks, they would have been terrible if I hadn't been, you know, void stoning them. But we just need more. We just need more levels. It is purely a stats-driven. We know teleport. That's weird. Okay, and the talents don't carry over, so we still have to kill things that way. And Moonlight and Silence. That's 2 spells in one. Didn't even realize teleport was a thing. And we should be able to go a little bit further afield. The only problem with a randomized landmass, we're gonna find, is there's a lot less... Why did I silence him? I wanted to sleep him. There's a lot less defined physical locations, divisions in the landmass. Oh, I've been silenced. Teleport is 5. So now we have to walk back into town. Ow, ow, ow. That was entirely dumb of me. No. I wasn't even far from where we started, and we just got ambushed by a level 2 version of the Glimmer. Like, that was rude. And now we have the lesser heal spell. Now would be an appropriate time to sleep. I didn't even see what the... Of course, because it's the second town, it is 18 gold. Doesn't matter that it's next to the first place, we don't have that in the logic. Doesn't even look like there's backgrounds for things other than generic grassland tiles. If that's one complaint, I would say, is that there's not enough background art for backgrounds in battles. Oh, there's the first town. There's the other town. Idlin. There's the Claymore. The Bracers did not... Oh, they did. They did keep their unlocked. Good. As did the Buckler. So we just need the Claymore. And that was still 140. Magic Duck. Man, that should be enough. Yes, it is. And with... We see the item lord way over there, where he needs to be. Don't know why the Claymore needs so much less experience to level up. That's a bit weird. Yeah, there's the dragon. Okay. Oh, we're screwed based on those enemies. Well, there goes us. That was not what I did not want to talk to you again, old man. The chests are back. That's weird. They should not be doing that. I don't think, at least. It is entirely a matter of stats. Well, that is entirely rude. This is an entirely rude randomized enemy pool. Like, those things will just murder me. No. Magic Dragon, I say no. Heavy Knight, I also say... ow. I think we're kind of boned. At least now we've seen some more of the enemies. Okay, now we know magic offense. Good. It was worth a shot. It's not like money means anything at this point. It was worth a shot. So for $3, I'm not the most enthused about the randomizer. It doesn't seem to be actually that useful, in my opinion. Like, it really doesn't seem like that useful? Unless you're trying for, like, roguelike runs of an RPG. I don't... I see the appeal to it to a certain degree, but not when it randomizes the landmass. Like, I've watched streams of people who play randomized item runs in, like, in older Final Fantasies. Those make sense. Because if your items are randomly distributed with randomized stats, that makes an occasionally interesting run. and especially if the enemies are randomized as well, and their stats are randomized to be appropriate. You know, you never know what you're going to run into. And it leads to some curious and unusual situations. But in this case, with a landmass randomized as well, it's like, I don't know. It's just... It's just not. The landmass as being randomized makes it hard to determine where you are appropriately at. But who knows, in the actual game it might be better? And who knows, that algorithm might still be developing, so this is just randomized for the demo, and it might be an early version of the randomizer, which is just not as good as you'd hope, as you could hope. Did see a lot of interesting enemies off to the west, though. We saw some heavy knights. At least the construct stopped breathing fire. So it stopped acting like a dragon. There we go, the ambitious one. The ambitious talent is always good to have. Nothing up here. Had some HP. Ah, there's the cave. A cave. Oh, there's that evasion kicking in. And moonlight. I thought this was this one. We already know there's nothing in here. Except this one chest, which could contain pretty much anything. Bugger, it contains the Dragon Crest. I really did not need that. Because all that did was power up the enemy. Oh, that's gonna send me to the castle. It acts just like the Dragon Warrior 1. Of course it would. say we go continue exploring west. It's the only place we haven't been. I wonder if we can encounter their recolors. Magic Blast. Ooh, more magic abilities. That was the best one to jump through. Into the void, stone with you. Another dungeon? Oh yeah, there was the other dungeon. I forgot about it already. It's like, there were 2 dungeons? There were 2 dungeons. There were indeed 2 dungeons. Goodness knows what this one's gonna contain. Monies. Decently weak enemies is what it looks like. Oh. Decent. Another magic key. That is random, all right. That is random loot. Oh, that's a really powerful magic blast. We might want to use that on Item Lord. Like, after we put him to sleep, a couple of blasts of that should nearly kill him. Torch, leaf, sword. Victory in battle restores 4 HP. +1 attack for every level. Holy crap. That's one of the artifacts. That's gotta be one of the artifacts. Like, that's almost double what the Claymore has attack-wise. That is ludicrous. Ludicrous. Also, the randomized magic is just also seems very ludicrous. Like, we already have spells we shouldn't have by most metrics. Can we, in fact? No, we cannot discard. I was hoping to discard the crest, but no. No, we cannot. We can definitely hit level 9. On our way up to what's-his-face? Item Lord. Oh no, I forgot. Oh, enemies apparently can do that as well. Enemies apparently can also cast Magic Blast. Oh, that was a terrible decision on my part. That's a ludicrous spell. That's gotta be endgame spell by the fact it costs 8 MP. Gotta be. And now we're sleeping. He should be... Oh, 2 casts of Magic Blast and he is dead. So thoughts on the randomized version? Again, because of no defined land masses, it makes it a lot harder to determine where the appropriate level zones are for enemies. Randomized stats on the enemies, that's fine. It's a little weird, but that's fine. The fact that all the enemies are right next to start, could be right next to start, however, is... It's not great. Other than that, what else is there? The randomized stats on the hero, that's fine. That lets you adapt, you know, on the fly to what your hero's been getting. And greater heal. It allows for an interesting run. My personal preference would be, as I said, keep the defined land masses, randomize the items, make the enemies scale appropriately to where they're at, but let them be randomized. Do it with the bosses as well, so you never know where you're going to find your bosses. That's my preference for a randomizer like that. So yeah, that's Splintered. For a game with for a game that is $4, it's a little rough around the edges, but I think it's fine for $4. And hopefully, like I said, they're still continuing to work on the randomizer thing. You know, that sort of thing. It definitely had some nice glimmers of this has potential to go places, and they do know a bit about some good quality of life things that they have introduced. Though how well it holds up outside the demo in the actual game, well, that's the question, isn't it? I believe it is very positive. 96%. It only may be 100 reviews, but still, 96% on an indie game like this, that's self-published and everything, for $4, I can part with $4. So we'll see everybody Saturday for more Romancing Saga 2. The Reign of Iris / Carl will continue.